Alright, hello! Who are we missing right here? Alright.
God, you're in this game?
Oh, God. This game is going to be a disaster.
Fuck you.
I'm already anticipating
I'm
it.
just sad Charlie's not in this game.
I can't Benji shoot him.
Please
don't put your card on the
That's what I thought you.
Do not put your card on the
You're
ground.
fucking dead, son.
Dude, Blitz, man, trust me, Blitz. Trust me, Blitz. Homie!
I can't see your faces. You're reading your card.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, you know what you have. Alright.
It's the alcohol.
Look me in the eye, David.
This is only my second game today. I'm playing.
I know. Let's go to the only guy who can't follow instructions. Not surprising.
Hit me this time. It's more Mafia than I understand. Okay?
Stop looking at me, Will.
Dude, don't break eye contact.
I can't break it if I don't make it.
Dude, just don't break eye contact.
Alright, shut up and go to sleep. Someone turn the light. Alright, Mafia. Please raise your heads and acknowledge each other. Please point at your first target. Please point at your second target. Alright, please lower your head. Cop, please raise your head. Please point at your first check. Please point at your first check. Please lower your head. Medic, please raise. Please point at your first save. Medic, please lower your head. Vigi, please raise your head. If you would like to use your shots, please point. Okay, count awake. Nalini and Perjured.
Hop is not the Vigi.
If I was Vigi, I would have shot, so yeah.
You shot Swizzles.
Yeah. Oh, Mafia, I would have shot Swindles
You
too,
have
so.
20 minutes.
One will look at me is enough, not both, please.
Dude, I think God's Mafia.
I think you'd be right here.
I actually do. I'm not even trying to troll you guys for once.
Every 10.
I'm the cop.
Dude, don't trust that motherfucker.
You fucking play.
Oh my god. I soft claim cop and I check gods. He's Mafia. I'm really strong.
I was the mod. I soft played mod and I gave you the thumbs down. Thumbs down means town. And
We're
off to a real good start.
Hey guys, if you actually were mod, what's about Blitz?
If I was a mod, I think Blitz is the medic.
Alright. Hard reads.
Oh, you say that.
They're fucking terrible.
Okay.
Wow, to a great start.
He came out to a strong start, accused someone that he's quieted down here. That's a strong town power role play right there. Blitz is medic.
I'm happy we got that out of the way.
Any other dumbass opinions to get the game started? I thought we already got yours. I guess you Please go ahead.
Surgical.
No, it's fine. I'd like to hear from one of the ladies because no one has said anything. And
This
Ellie,
past 3 quarters of the circle hasn't said
Honestly.
anything.
All I know is that I'm Tom, and everyone is suspicious.
Sweet.
This game is going
This
for
game
it.
is gonna, this game's going places already.
This is a good one.
She did say that when she was town the last time.
Yeah, so I confirmed Tom.
Historical data is not
It's
predictive.
that easy, you know?
Boom.
From town.
I trust that.
Wow, this game is really easy.
I'm the
Yeah,
man.
all the roles
I'm
go.
go around the circle and say you're confirmed.
This is gonna be the best game.
I'm
also town for sure.
I'm confirmed Tom.
Just
I-
to add,
me too. I'm
make it
confirmed
easier.
town as well.
Town.
Okay.
I would also like to
100%.
say real quickly, I am confirmed town. Also, I think Ellie's Mafia.
Oh
Why?
shit! It comes out like that.
Why?
Did you
That
forget
was
which
cool.
role you were trying to accuse
Why?
me of?
I know.
Because it took you a while.
Why?
I think I need
Hold on. Why?
I wanted to get a read on it.
And
That's literally all it was.
so is she?
Because I had a very clear
So,
auditory.
You barely looked at her.
So
when you
did
said
you-
that,
did
though.
you
just
think-
looked around the room.
I literally just looked at
You
it.
glanced up for like a
What'd
quarter
you
of a
get
second,
from that?
started looking around
What'd
the
you get
room.
from
Yeah,
that?
what did you get?
Are you Mafia?
I'm just saying that's not a good way to get a read.
No, because I very
Can we
quickly.
know what you got from
I
it?
sat forward, I went, and then bam.
What did you get?
And then you immediately turned
My
And I got my read on it.
in a quarter of a second.
What's your read?
Okay,
What's
what's
your
your read?
whole
What's
entire
your read?
answer?
What's
And
your
what-
read?
That's what everyone's wondering.
Okay, so
We've been asking.
Hey,
One
my
conversation at a time.
What's
your
my
read?
read? It's a little suspect. That's all.
All right.
But the reason I did that was because I had
Okay,
an
what
auditory cue.
was
last night.
suspect then?
What?
What was suspect?
What was suspect?
No,
The fact
that's
that
not
she
the
didn't
question. The
What's
question
your
is
read?
so
What is your
you
read?
wanted
Can
a
you
read.
fucking explain
Did you
Yes,
get
and I
a
said
read?
a little bit scummy. That's
Okay.
all.
Right,
No
even
one
after
knows
that
what
part.
that's why
And
we're all
it's
confused.
nothing. I
5
went for
minutes
like
later.
an easy, really hard
Thanks,
tell.
Cap.
There was nothing there. It was just like a little bit scummy.
Thank you.
But I went into it a little bit scummy
Thank
because
you.
of the fact I had an
Thank you,
auditory
Cap.
cue.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate what you
That's
brought
enough.
to the discussion.
Are you serious?
I agree. I think Ellie's 100% Mafia. I actually checked Parker and Ellie. They're all the same team.
Can we
That
fucking
mean-
mod kill him?
I like how you guys are always at each other's throats.
I wanna
That's
hear
like,
from
that's the
you.
best part.
Also,
And Ken,
just so
please.
you know, the auditory thing might hurt. I did drop my glasses.
No. It was before that. I heard the clattering of
Yeah,
something
that was
dropping.
my glasses.
But I heard a lip sound.
What's that?
You know the sound you make with chapped lips, where you like.
Chapped lips.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That might have been me.
Chapped lips.
I make a lot of noises.
No,
I
no
make
more
allergies
allergies allowed. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
have
yeah.
lips.
Like,
You're so fucking. If it was over
Oh,
there
maybe,
and
I
it was
don't know.
that
I
loud
don't know.
enough,
Okay,
then
well, I'm just
everyone
saying,
else
I
would
do
do
make
it.
that
Wait,
noise.
you're
I make that
Alright,
noise quite
hey,
often.
As
so-
productive as this is.
As productive as
let's
this,
let
I
everyone-
think LD is Mafia, and I'd like to hear him say why he's not.
I'm not Mafia.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
I believe it.
You believe him?
I mean, we're
Yeah,
we're in the same alignment.
Mafia together.
Look,
Oh, okay.
I
This is good.
mean, different train
I'm
of
glad we
thought.
figured this out.
Last time Kyle did this whole "I'm cop, I check gods." He's Mafia. He was Mafia himself, just trying to
was.
fit in. So I'm.
He's also Mafia when all he does is ask around the room if you want to hear from you.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
just keep
I'm
it
saying-
in and wait
I'm
until
saying
fake
every-
Metaclaim.
Everything Kyle has done so
throw
far
it-
is stuff that he's
No.
done in previous games as Mafia.
Yeah, I really think he's him. I think
Yeah, I soft play Mafia. I'm fine with that.
It's
Formal
dude,
me.
No,
This is
sure,
so,
yeah.
I think like right now Kyle is the person I'm most suspicious of. Like,
Yeah.
I
that's,
think Swindles is most suspicious on my list too because he keeps being disruptive. He's not good leading us anywhere. He's
And he's
just
like,
saying,
whoa,
he's
we're,
just saying,
we're all being disrupted.
no,
Let's be
no,
honest
no, it's like
here.
he's being the
Yes.
most disruptive because he's rather
And-
straight and he's saying, I soft claim everything. You know, I soft
And
claim
the biggest
Kyle, I soft
proof, I think, is that I'm still alive. So,
So,
obviously, I
do you
must
want
be
to
Mafia.
inform
Look,
yourself?
this is the easiest way to defend yourself. You just be sarcastic. Like,
No, I'm fine.
Mafia.
I'll give you the reads on the game. I've been trying to get Asa involved. He hasn't got a
So
chance.
your read is that you're Mafia? Is that your read?
Yeah, I think I'm a strong Mafia candidate because I'm still alive.
Dude, let's just. I mean, what is this?
I'm kidding. I mean,
okay.
the most sus
Serious.
person here.
Yeah.
I think he's Fidgy. I think he's really excited because he's Fidgy.
No, I think it's actually
And he gets to shoot someone.
No, there's no way that's.
I know he's not the medic. I found the medic, so he's not the medic.
I think he also might be tilted
Alright.
to play a long game.
It's
don't
too
know.
early for me to really
I
get
wanna
anything from the game.
So anyone actually want to play
Oh, wait, so
Mafia?
wait.
I'm cool. Like, we'll be serious.
Well, that's what
I'll
he
be
reads.
serious. Sorry. I'd like to hear from Asa just because he usually gets bypassed in these games. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Alright,
I'm
let's hear from
feeling-
Asa,
I'm
and
feeling
I would
pretty
like to
good.
hear from Blitz.
Real quick, I really agree with Bonnie. I think she's like my towniest read. She's pretty much confirmed for me. I always want to kill gods. I would admit, yes, when Mafia, I said I was cop and I checked you, but I also did that in the game. You were Mafia.
Let's hear from Asa then,
Alright,
since
yeah.
you want to hear from Asa.
Day one, I mean, I'm not saying I'm the same every time day one. I don't get any. So.
Fair.
Alright.
I
Nice.
don't know you guys well enough to be able to read your first nine.
Alright.
What do you guys think about the Cap Ellie thing? Do you think that he would do that if he's town or if he's Mafia? 'Cause that's what kind
He's
of
capable of doing it if he's both.
Either.
He's capable,
He
really?
was Mafia last time, and he accused her,
Yeah.
and she ended up being the medic.
Yeah, I think they just go at each other.
And
no
she
matter what,
accused
right?
him in another game. Like they're
And
they
he was,
accused
she
each
was
other a
right,
lot.
so
I
yeah,
think
is
it's
he
useful
Mafia?
having both of them around to give reads on the
You
game.
don't think he's Mafia?
I never get good grades on day one. I didn't Jen every game, and I think I'm kind of a late game player.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
Okay.
actually have the needs.
I was saying. I learned my lesson.
I'm farm, guys, I'm farming.
If Ellie dies in the night, you trust her on who she says is Mafia. But she's always right, and no one listens to her.
That's
Mafia
terrible
wins.
logic.
No, I'm just saying she's a good.
If you say that and
Can we work for Asa? And if Asa's done, let's hear from someone besides Swindles. How's that sound?
Okay, sure,
Sounds
sorry.
really good.
Blitz.
Yeah.
Asa, do you
Oh,
have
yeah,
Blitz.
yo, Blitz, am I Mafia?
Hold on, Asa, do you have anything else?
Are you Mafia? Are
We
you
should
Mafia?
kill. We should. No, I'm not. But we should fucking kill gods.
You actually
right
think I'm
fucking
Mafia?
now. Dude, I'm almost certain you're Mafia.
How's certain?
Like 99.9%.
Why?
We should
Why are you
fucking
so
kill
What
him.
is,
Why?
what is it about him then?
What? Every single time I'm not Mafia, which I'm not this game, he is.
No, we've been touted together before.
That's mad.
It's when
We're
I'm telling you're
tying
Mafia or
together.
you're telling I'm Mafia, we always can tell.
Historical data is
All right.
non-predictive.
I think that the Ben Kevin thing is pretty interesting. It's
Wait.
either
Wait, Ben,
Sorry,
wait,
what-
did Ben, but Ben was he die?
yeah,
What,
yeah,
what
Ben
Ben
and
Kevin
Kevin.
think? Can you,
Okay.
can you repeat that? What Ben Kevin think?
Ben and
Ben and
Kevin
Kevin.
were the ones that
Oh, the
died.
die.
That's the only info that we have right now. I think if you're Mafia, LD is always a somewhat strong kill just because of how he is in game. If you leave him in the game for too long as Town, he just pretty much controls. He's not the person to get pocketed. So it's either, from my perspective, it's either a strong player that led Mafia and said, okay, we're going to avoid LD entirely and we'll kill these two because they're good players, but there's high chance that they won't be saved. Or it's somebody like LD that says, okay, we should kill those two.
I think it's
They also
likely
contribute
that.
more day 2 and day 3. I don't feel like they do as much day 1, so
I think they're very solid.
Kevin
Out of this
doesn't
game,
do much
I
on day
feel
one
like- I
either.
feel like a lot
Kevin's
of-
on a day one.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that
Oh,
they're
they're
not-
talking
neither
about
one
day
of them.
two.
I think
are
it's
day 1.
okay though. With these two, you're likely avoiding a medic save
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're not going for
Neither
something
is good
super
day one
obvious.
play.
That
Yeah.
sounds to me like a house veteran move. Like
Yes,
someone who's
I
like
think so too.
in the Dota circle thing.
Yeah, because that's what I would consider. I would think, okay, normally whenever I'm Mafia, I'll try to kill LD because it's just easier not to deal with him as soon as possible. Then you get rid of the other two, and then you can grab him a little bit later when you don't think that there's a medic save available for him. So I'm a little bit suspicious of LD. As a result, I think he could very easily think of that play. Same with Cap, same with Ken.
Who are the strongest players here?
I think objectively, I think the strongest players to look at are probably LD. Chobra is very good, and I think Cap and
Maybe I can think of that play.
Chober, what do you think about everything Bliss just said?
Well, I think the logic of like why is it a smart kill on Ben and Purge, I think that makes sense. I think all of that makes sense to most people who have played with them. Where like yeah, they're pretty valuable late game, but they're not super obvious day one. I do think out of even if it's a good idea in general, I think it's pretty likely. Like if we are to assume Gods is Mafia, I think it's pretty likely that you.
Mafia suddenly? Why
No,
are
I'm
you
not
suddenly
saying
jumping
that.
this assumption? What
Well,
the
no,
fuck?
I'm not
finish.
assuming
Let
that,
him
but
finish.
I think I get a sense that just given the current environment, you're going to be pretty paranoid about like people that are right next to you if you were Mafia. And again, that's all under that assumption. Yeah, it sounds like I'm implying that, but you have to start somewhere. So with that hypothetical assumption, I think it's an even stronger pick if you were to be Mafia. But that does not mean.
But
yeah.
isn't someone next to you also taken out? Would you never think play like that?
I don't think I necessarily would. That wouldn't be a reason.
My-
to
Oh,
kill
for
them.
you, but you think
No.
you would.
I would say on average from like games of Mafia, I played Mafia rarely kill the person next to him. If anything, like these two kills signify Mafia is more likely in like that general area. But that's like obviously that's not. Every game is different.
No, yeah, every game is different.
No.
Okay.
As someone who literally watched the games yesterday at home, Mafia were mostly killing people next to them.
Yeah,
Not to say that makes you more Mafia, but
They're worried about
that
getting
is
hurt.
actually
They're
a
worried
fact.
about getting hurt. It's
Yeah.
reasonable.
I don't think it's
shot
even that. I think
it's
it's a subconscious thing. I think
Yeah, I mean, it is
Hard
also
to
pretty.
stream.
Okay,
If
so
there's
fear.
indicators or walk
The
take, check
fear.
and see if Mafia more
So-
often kills people next to them or crosses over from them, please.
Okay, great. So you agree with Blitz? Do
Anyway.
you think he's
Mo-
done?
With Blitz,
I wouldn't kill Purge next.
I would
If
say
it was
that
Hopping
Blitz
next
out
to me,
of
I would kill Purge Hopping.
usually I'm like really mixed feelings on Blitz. I would say I'm as neutral as I probably can get. Assume
Right
like
now.
as Blitz.
Oh,
yeah,
normally.
yeah. No, right now. Yeah. But
Ben, what do you
that,
think?
that's like max.
What about
50.
anyone? Do you have any strong,
Kill them all.
No.
any strong
Nate, Nate,
opinion
no, I
either,
don't- I don't-
or
I
any
mean,
leanings.
Dude,
you
I thought you were
Day one,
Like,
unless
now
it's like
I'm starting to
a,
second
some
guess it.
weird.
Give me like your 10% leanings.
They
You must
should
got.
be-
You have something.
10 minutes.
No, I mean, you
What
know,
about
you know
day
me, man. Like day one, I don't like to go on that unless I have a much stronger premonition. Even if it's illogical at that point, then I'll go in on it. But if not, I'd rather have like more bases I can present or at least lead off of. So right now, not much.
Right now, I would.
Not much.
I
I
still
think the
don't like-
Mafia played it really smart. I'll say that, like, because I think there's really not much. No, in general. In
Based
terms
on
of
the kills, or you
yeah.
mean
No,
based on
just
like
based
the-
on the kills, and also how talks have been going. Like, other than the Clown Fiesta we had in the first 3 minutes, I mean, nothing has happened. Nothing decisive happened. No one has really.
I think
acted
based-
There's a lot of
one
good
way or
players
the
in this
other.
game, so I do
Yeah,
think
it's
we could have a
just
very strong
it's pretty
Mafia.
standard the way I see it.
Based on the Clown Fiesta, I still think Swindles is a very good kill take because of how disruptive and unproductive half the shit he was saying was, and also it's stuff he's done before as Mafia, where he's like, "Oh, I'm cop, God's his Mafia." I checked him last night when it's a parody cop. Of course, you don't have a read. Like he's done that before as Mafia.
Alright, Swindles is being a clown. Blitz's his argument for why I'm
I
a
don't-
likely Mafia suspect is, those were decent night kills.
I don't particularly.
And he's dodging the medic, so it's probably LD. Like,
my top 3 choices
there's
right
a lot
now
of
are
arguments for
Swindles, Blur, and Blitz.
people
Those are
that
like
most
my
of them are
top 3 right
stupid.
now.
I want to hear from Robin.
I think it's Kyle.
Why?
Huh?
Just because he was a clown.
Because
at
like
the start of the game?
when people are saying that you're suspicious, the easiest way to defend yourself is to just be sarcastic and be like, oh. Well,
Especially on day one. Day one more than any other day too.
And I just think like that's just like not a good defense.
Do you really
I know
think
you
opening
eventually-
day one by drawing that much attention to yourself in a 2-kill power
Okay,
reduced
that's
to
shit
1?
Well,
like
day one you get away with clowny bullshit like that. Day one you can be like, it's like, oh, it's day one, and you can do
Yeah,
some
I just think
clowny
like
ass shit.
You
I think
can get away with
he's
clowny
trying like
bullshit like that. It
eventually
can also mega backfire that you just throw.
eventually he did try to be serious, but I think that was after he composed himself or whatever.
No, that's what he called him out in his bullshit.
Alright, I want to hear from Bonnie and Blur. They have basically said
Okay.
nothing all game.
Right now, my 2 scummiest are either Kyle or Gods. I think that you guys are on the right track-ish. I think Gods, he's been interrupting people a lot. Like when Chobra was talking, he interrupted like 6 times. But Chobra's a strong player, usually has good reads, and I wouldn't expect him to get interrupted that much if Gods actually wanted to hear what he had to say. So that's kind of scummy for him, but they're kind of on different sides, so I'm not really sure. I don't really see anyone really going out there and defending either of them, and this is really early on, and I expect that. So I'm not sure, maybe we're on the wrong path. That's currently where I'm at. As far as Townie reads, I thought Chobra's stuff was actually really good. So I'd lean him. I'd love to hear more from Greg.
Okay, can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Alright, so I stick to my suspicion of Kyle. Same reason, you were being disruptive and not productive at all, and you're clowny in the first round, and I mean you do shit like that all the time when you're Mafia. So I still believe that you're Mafia, and I'm a little suspicious of what Kev said about Ellie about, I don't know, him hearing some chapped lips. I mean, I don't know if that's like a red herring to distract all of us. Maybe Kev is Mafia. Who knows? I mean,
I don't think
Let's
you
put it
would,
this
I don't
way.
think you would bring up
Have
something
I
like that
ever
at this
used an
point.
auditory cue before?
I don't
I-
know.
I've played a lot of
I cannot recall.
Okay, so the answer is no.
But also,
right?
wait,
the reason I
can
came
I
out with
finish?
that
Can I
is
finish
because I was
first?
rather confident about it.
Also, I'm trying to observe Greg a lot because I feel like he is, trying very hard to probe people, their opinions, so as to draw attention away from himself. But he's not actually saying anything like useful. So maybe
Can I chime in
he's
before Greg?
suspicious.
Can Greg talk first?
Yeah, I'd
Sure.
like to hear.
Yeah.
from
Greg.
So I can tell you what I've mostly been doing for today is staring and investigating Chobra.
I've noticed.
Yeah, I think you've probably noticed. And the reasoning is because I feel like normally on day one he at least contributes some like new logic that I almost always agree with. And I thought what he brought up was okay. That's why I was probing him. I wanted to see what he would say, and I thought it was okay, but not like. I guess I have high standards for expectations for your day one play.
Yeah,
Why-
dude.
why-
So I just went
but
too
after,
big season
so
one.
basically, the other thing that I was thinking is that I think it's very possible you're trying to play a little more restrained on day one because you're sick of getting night one killed.
Why are you so television on one person when we're on day one, though?
Because I think it's more productive than me like randomly listening to the bullshit that happened for the first 15 minutes of today.
What about LD though?
There's so many people.
LD, I initially probed just to get his reaction. I thought it was pretty genuine and pretty fine. I'm still very neutral on him. I don't really have a strong opinion.
I don't like that you're
We'll go
television
like
one
5
person.
minutes.
Okay, I think we're gonna.
So, first, I did clown around a bit at the start. I've played Mafia, I think 2 games. I've died night 0 3 or 4 times, and I've died the next night in every other game.
You trying to keep the streak alive?
I'm
Game day one.
I consider myself.
cold-blooded.
I prefer to
LD
joke
can't
around.
even
Why
be
not?
savage. He's
I'm like a really
not
easy
really.
person to come out in the queues because of all that. I like to kind of throw suspicion onto myself and see who jumps on, whether anyone's trying to like bust me or something. I consider myself a good enough town player that when I am town, as I am now, but even if I were formaled on day one, I'm not going to get mislynched. So I like to just kind of play because I might die. And it's
I don't
fun.
know. You're probably gonna die.
Let's test that.
He's probably gonna.
I mean, I'll.
Probably.
My thing is, I really want to hear from more people. I feel like Kate, Ellie, and Asa have kind of snuck through this entire day without really saying anything. I feel like some of that's on me, sure. But those are probably my 3 scum reads. I'm always okay to go Gods because I think he's a really bad town, but
All we have on him right now is that he's been clowny, right? And I kind of do think
All right,
Can I just
wait,
wait,
we have like 4
Yeah.
minutes. Let's give them each like 30
Sure.
seconds.
Exactly.
We need to
Alright,
move
So,
forward.
as you guys saw from the last game, I was also town. I didn't really speak up all that much first round until it was pointed out that I was being quiet. I don't really have much to go on in the way of grades right now. I did notice Greg was kind of trying to keep himself at the back, like conversational-wise. I do know that we have a really large amount of strong players in this game, so I have people who wouldn't be like night 1 kills / night 1 medic saves. Bonnie's always quiet. I haven't played enough with
You have
Asa
3
to know
minutes.
what he's like. Swindle's being clowny. I'm not sure whether this is like the clowny cover-up or this is the you being clowny.
So what are you sure?
Nothing. I'm sure absolutely nothing right now.
All right.
Because there was first round.
Ellie.
So again, I didn't have good Darren reads, but I believe that Bonnie's down.
Why?
Because she had the same play, and she said pretty much the same things at the first game today. So
What things were they?
when she is Mafia, she's actually very quiet and doesn't say anything. But as town, she's like more active, and I think that was the play today. So she was confirmed town in game 1, so I'm going to place them that and say that she's actually confirmed town.
Who's coming?
Well, Swindles, because everybody. I have some questions. If he passes this night, I'll ask you some stuff in night 2.
Okay.
And
Oh, I mean, go ahead, finish.
oh,
Sorry.
sorry. And I think there are like 3 Mafia left.
I mean, there has.
All right,
That's
gonna be. All right.
Wait,
I looked at her. She started giggling at some point.
She seems really nervous.
She
That
couldn't
whole
really
thing
contain
was
herself.
very nervous.
First thing she did was clear a town,
2
which I think
minutes.
is a very Mafia thing. She couldn't really give a good suspicion besides just Swindles. I am down.
As I asked her, like, I asked her
I-
questions like why, like she said Bonnie's town, and I said why, and then she said something vague, and I said, well, can you give examples? She felt very
Bonnie's-
nervous.
I would like to hear from Ken and Asa before we make a decision,
Sure.
but I do agree.
I'm gonna jump in. I do think that was a bit sus, just the way you talked about there being.
Suspect.
Suspicious.
Or
It's like you guys, it's for the kids.
Sus works. I like
Suspect,
that.
yeah.
Sus.
Okay.
yeah.
I think God's the way he immediately jumped when you said he was Mafia, he seemed to just jump into his like, what are you talking about? You've been quite aggressive. I don't know if that's just how you play.
It's pretty standard gods, I would say.
Bonnie plays exactly the same way she's played
Yeah,
every
but
other game. and she's
also
in
the
town,
very
so I
same.
think she's pretty talented.
All right, I just want to say I think he's been defensive, not aggressive, which is actually more indicative of his Mafia play, if anything. But I agree, he piggybacked super hard.
Piggyback what?
The Ellie thing.
On the Ellie.
I started the Ellie thing. That's what I was
No,
probing
he started
her.
this.
Wow.
He definitely started Ellie.
I didn't state I didn't say she was Mafia bad. That's why I kept probing
Alright.
questions because I thought her
pretty
defense
sure-
was bad.
Anyway,
David
I just
also
want
meant that in her
to say
defense.
one other thing, which is I haven't played with Chobra at this town. I did not like Chobra's opening when he hasn't had much of an opinion. He just says it's too early for me to give reads, and he fishes for information instead of just like saying whatever he thinks will please the crowd and shutting up. Blitz's argument for why I'm Mafia is those are good night 0 kills, which there are plenty of people here who make good night 0 kills. So I thought that was pretty shit. So I don't like the 2 Merlidis for Alive. Also, Ben and Purge know those 2 very well, so I'm a little suspicious of them initially going into the day. I really didn't like that. I see a relationship here. Maybe it's coincidental. No, between Parker
I think Chobra
and
would
Cap.
definitely kill both of those.
At the
two.
same time, Ellie had a fantastic read on Cap, like right away, just gut read. He's Mafia, stuck with it. She was right previous game, so maybe they're just going to read each other.
Wait.
Those are my initial
She
thoughts.
said he was clean.
Not this game, the
last
previous
game,
game when he
last
like
game.
when he was the last Mafia, and he like shit.
And she's like, no, I.
Ken's only contribution thus far is to say kill Swindles is Mafia. So I'd really like to hear what you have to say.
That's what I had to say.
Yeah. No, anything else?
Do you stand by it? I mean, I stand by that.
I think he's very suspicious too.
I'm super.
So
on the
I don't
Gods
know. I
thing.
mean, like I'm fine with either of them, honestly, because Gods. When I watched him play Mafia, he gets really emotional when he's Mafia. He did when he was.
He
Fake
does when
claiming
he's down
cop.
too. He just gets emotional.
He did when he's fake claiming cop. So
I mean,
I've
that's
lynched
a
Gods
rush,
on
man. Anyone who's trying to.
I mean, he's not fake
Rush.
claiming
I'm not fake
comp, though.
claiming.
I don't think you can
Yeah.
compare my play now to when I'm fake claiming comp.
What about wait? So
Do you think
Wait,
my
hold on,
Mafia-
hold on. Hey, so what about Ellie?
Or Mafia.
What do you
My
want about
Mafia
Ellie?
day one play is very different.
guys, I just want to ask. So then, what about
Oh,
Ellie?
hey,
Like, what about that?
I require a formal.
I mean, I don't know about her. She said that thing where there's 3 Mafia left. Like,
I formed
that's kind
Ellie.
of like funny.
There's a formal.
Wait,
on
why?
that.
I second
I
Ellie.
almost
We're
went there.
at time.
I
There's
second.
a formal on the second on
My
Saturday.
accusation, I can see myself.
No, there's no
Second.
second on you.
Right here. No, there's a second.
There's a second on Ellie. Please give your accusation.
My accusation is mostly Cap's accusation. I think she is our best lynch given given the other options. I don't think Swindles is a good lynch right now. I think Gods will be easier to read tomorrow. I think she is the most scummy by far, and that's why we should lynch her.
Can I make my comments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the whole Austin thing is just payback. Also, this is my first time being accused in a Mafia game, and I've actually never been Mafia. So,
First time for everything.
thanks.
Being Mafia.
Okay, so I think that me claiming Bonnie was something obvious that I could say, and it was actually the only read that I have.
Why do you think
So
it was
instead
obvious?
of- What?
Why do you think it was obvious that she was 10?
Because of all of the things that I said. This is how she played in the only game that I played with her. So I think this is confirmed. I cannot bring more info in day one because I actually have terrible reads.
Do you guys think that she's acting the same as she normally did in day one? I thought it was actually quite a bit different.
I thought she was being slightly more active, but.
Yeah, I thought she was a bit more active. But
I can see what
I'm
she's
just
talking
wondering
about.
though, as far as like the body being active thing, and I know
I
this
have
goes
no
for me
real
as well,
thought.
like because last game we were
I don't
accused
really-
of
I think,
being
yeah, why she was
scummy,
clear
I'm
town.
actually wondering if
That's why
like
I'm
for her
confused.
as well as for me, like speaking up more is partly to avoid that accusation.
could be, but
about
I don't think we should
Bonnie?
explore that
How about we
too
hear
much
from Bonnie?
because we should probably finish hearing.
I
Yeah,
think-
anyway, so the reason
Okay.
you clearing Bonnie is a big
So,
reason I'm
yeah, because
suspicious.
I think I'm town, so this is the only way I can help. If I put bullshit on someone, I'm not actually helping. I'm clowning like Swindle does. And obviously, I think Swindle.
What did Bonnie say that made you think she's town?
She immediately speaks. What?
Oh, she's
She was
usually
like-
quiet, you're saying.
Yeah, she's usually quiet, and now she's like, I'm confirmed town. And she said the exact same thing when she played. So I never have good reads on day one. I don't think anyone actually does. So instead of
Okay.
saying the obvious stuff, that's
So
all I can
so
say.
if we don't kill you, who should we kill?
Well, Swindles,
You still think Melons?
yes.
Okay, well.
Can we hear from Bonnie since this back and forth was
It's
a
huge,
big part of this whole conversation?
I mean,
You have 1 minute.
it's very
left in this
flattering that she
formal.
buys that I'm town just because I say I'm town, but okay.
Do you think you've said enough where you're like, people should think you're town?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to analyze, you know. Probably, if she believed that I was town last round, I mean, the game I played with her, then I'm town now as well, then I might believe that she's telling the truth and saying she's reading me. But also, she was kind of stumbling during her, defense when she was first accused, so she kind of upped my sus level of her.
Okay.
But then again, I'm also very suspicious of Greg because he keeps trying to,
I'm
target.
suspicious of
All right, you are out of time in this formal. She has the last word.
Okay, I made my defense. I'm 100% town. I think Swindle should be lynched. That's all I can say.
Is your defense over?
will not be rescinding.
Will you be? Greg
You
is not
actually
rescinding. Who
asking
seconded?
Joe Brennan.
What do you say?
Chogo, are you rescinding?
Should I vote?
All right, heads down. There's no rescind. If you'd like to vote on Ellie, please raise your hand. Heads up. It's not enough.
Wait, who voted?
Can we see?
I voted.
How many was that?
Cat voted.
I voted. I was very on the fence, but you didn't say no.
3, 4, 5. Was it 5?
It's fine.
I was gonna chime in.
I was on the.
Hang on.
Alright, was on the.
I even though she's coming at me and I am town.
Did you vote or not? Sorry?
I did not vote. I think that Ellie is town.
Wait,
even
Charlie, did
though
we
she's
get another
coming at me.
formal or?
He's RNG.
RNG is not in your favor. Go to sleep.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my.
Oh, I need my.
Wait.
Oh. All right. Mafia. First one. Please point for me. Second.
Alright, Mafia, head down. Cop, head up. Would you like to check? Cop, head down. Medic, head up. Medic, who would you like to save? Medic, head down. Vigilante, if you'd like to use your shot tonight, please point. Vigilante, put your head down. Town awakes. And LD, Ken, and Gods are all dead.
Oh my god.
Oh,
wow.
Alright, Vigi.
Holy
Oh my
crap.
god, the Vigi shot.
Someone
Vigi,
beat you
let's
shot.
go.
Vigi now needs to reveal himself because there's not much use to having Vigi run.
Yeah, might as well have a confirmed town. Someone.
I mean, it could have been one of them.
Yeah,
They
I-
easily,
already that
any
timer
of
is
them,
already over. As
any
soon
of
as that
them-
sentence ends, if you don't
Because-
say yes,
exactly.
it's like it
Well,
doesn't matter.
Well, the other
anymore.
thing I'm thinking is any of them could
Right,
have shot
they
each other.
could have-
Like,
yeah,
if
they
you
could have
look at
been
the
too.
3 people that died, they easily could have shot
I think
each
it might have been LT shooting Gods.
Can we
That's
just assume
easy.
that the Vigi shot goes?
No, I don't think we can
No, you
assume
don't
any of
assume
them.
Can't assume
anything. You don't
anything.
assume anything.
Homies,
But-
I was the Vigi, I shot Gods.
Why didn't you shoot
I'm
him
okay
at
with
zero?
that.
Wait, why did you come off
I don't
Vigi?
believe
you,
anything. I wasn't 100% certain, but he seemed really fidgety. I thought that
I think he's
he was
town
throwing. I thought he was throwing around a lot of accusations. I wasn't sure about LD. He was the person I was originally suspicious of, but
I
thought
heard
that
what you just said.
he shuffled
He's
things
not
around
town,
quite
he's Mafia,
nicely.
right?
I thought that he made it a point when Ellie was having her say to make sure that Bonnie also said to try to corroborate as much as he could. It felt that Gods was being sketchy or off during that portion. I thought that he looked a little bit disinterested, seemed a little bit too defensive about things. I agreed with Ken's assertion about him being over emotional during that time period. So for me, it all added up. And plus, I just want to,
I can always support this.
So does anybody chat? There's
Someone
going to be nobody that
counterclaim this,
should.
please.
Nobody's going to counterclaim it. It all logically checks out.
I mean,
I mean,
I thought it
it's
was
all
really
logical.
special.
I don't like
believe you.
No, I like want to believe you.
Yeah,
but like
But
I
why
can't
did-
believe you said it after I said it doesn't
Yeah.
matter anymore.
Why
I
did you
can't
come
believe
on
you
immediately?
said that. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to believe you so bad.
I wish you
Well,
did
we
earlier.
Yeah,
We're just chilling.
If anybody were going to come out after
No,
you
I mean,
did
no,
that,
that's
or
also
if
fair.
you
No,
would.
no, that's like I want to give the benefit of the doubt.
I
That it
just
was like
wanted.
the,
I just wanted to hear what everyone
right,
had to
and
say.
that's fair. Like that's logical. It's just from my standpoint, it does make it harder for
I mean,
me.
you're going to be suspicious, but at the same time, like,
And that's
in my
fine.
opinion,
I'm not saying I'm like.
okay, here's what I would say. I wouldn't like wait what he says anymore, but if he's like,
I mean, yeah, it doesn't make
I'm
me
not
think
like-
you're
I don't wanna-
mafia.
yeah, it
It's
doesn't make
just
me
it
think
just
you're
makes it
mafia,
a little more
but you're still,
complicated in
like,
my own
neutral.
brain, but that's fine.
I like sort of
I
believe them,
mean,
but
I have
I
no
also
problem
think it's
with that.
irrelevant.
So
I
can
think
say
no, it's not
we should
relevant. Because if
maybe
you
also-
believe he's
It's
visually late
It's
game.
irrelevant.
We should
Oh.
maybe also keep in mind
Just-
that
you could
they
fuck
have
Lake
lost
if
our
you believe he was
medic,
visually.
given
Yeah.
that some strong
Three
players
people,
got
yeah.
taken out.
That's-
Because like, odds are medic would save somebody's strong second round. Like, just win the game.
I mean, I think there's other.
There's
I don't
other
think-
people.
It's
They
not
could
a
save.
valid point,
They
but
could have saved a bunch of people.
Yeah.
If I was
there's-
Mafia, I would
So-
have dodged LD,
But like,
but I would have hit him second.
And it's like, not to say it's not possible that medic's still here, because like, we've still got, we've got Chauffeur,
Yeah,
we've got
I mean,
Fletcher,
but
we've got
numbers wise, there's a good chance.
There's like,
I
there's a
mean,
possibility we
sure.
lost the medic.
What do you think?
Disagree with you.
I buy what it says. I think that him shooting Gods makes perfect sense. If I was Vigi, I would have also shot Gods because I just didn't like I know that I'm town, so the way he's playing doesn't make sense to me if he's a fellow townsperson. And I also
Why
just think
doesn't it
he's
make
really
sense
bad
to you?
town because he bandwagoned on almost all accusations. He was the second or third person to point at me, although I did also soft play cop.
I thought he was pretty scummy. As I said.
And he also just seconded the Formula One Ellie and just sort of didn't really
Well,
give
I
a-
seconded it.
He was trying to. He did it at the same time.
Who voted for Ellie? Can we just have hands up, real quick?
I like change.
Did you vote or not?
I did.
Okay.
I was 50-50.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
fine.
I
What about
So
what about Ellie?
I didn't realize we didn't have a guarantee. So
I thought that we.
No, I think some people were
either of
confused
those
on that.
two.
That's
I want
fine.
those two.
That was why
I want
formal,
those
because
two.
we were running out of time.
Right. No, I knew that, but I know Cap was confused too. What about so what about why didn't you vote?
because I thought she was town. I thought we'd have another Formula.
Why?
I don't like
Why do you think she was town?
just the way she was speaking. I agree.
What
I
swayed
agree
you?
with- huh?
At what point were you swayed?
You mean like?
I've played with Ellie a lot, okay, and
Okay.
often we are town together,
Yeah.
and she always there was a couple Mafia games too. Sorry,
Yeah,
but she always
yeah.
comes at me like straight for the throat,
At
starting
what
day one.
point swayed you? Or were you swayed from the very beginning?
I was after she gave her defense. At first, I thought, yes, she's the best kill. She was super nervous, but I think that was just kind of, spotlights on her, like, oh shit. But when she was actually, like, given time to collect herself, I think she made really good
So then if
points.
you think she's town, what about Bonnie? Because she vouched for Bonnie.
I've seen nothing that would sway me.
Does her
I kinda
word for
trust-
Bonnie weigh anything for you?
It weighs a little bit for me. Not to the
Okay.
point where Bonnie's, like, off my
It
list.
shouldn't weigh anything.
Even
if she's town, it shouldn't
Even
weigh
if
anything.
somebody-
What
If
I'm
I was
saying is-
Mafia, I would not heavily be like,
There's like
trust this person. Like you're outing somebody. That's just a silly play.
The way I see it is there's like trust, a pool, and scum. Okay.
Sure.
So Bonnie goes into the pool. I'm not sure. I don't really trust her, but I'm not going to consider her as a lynch for this night. I think we have better options.
I'll be real. When I was video shooting, I was thinking about it the entire, during the cycle. For me, it was a toss up between Gods and Gurg. Like for me,
And Bonnie, you're saying?
No, just Gods and Gurg. I thought that Gods and Greg were. I thought it was. Neither of them were really saying too much. I thought Greg was being a little bit too passive about things. I felt that LD swayed my mind. Like my thing on him with the kills was, just to throw some pressure to see what he was going to say. He responded in typical LD fashion, but I felt like Greg, he wasn't really too responsive. Body language didn't feel too comfortable. Like I actually had to think about that one because I felt like Gods was.
Is your top scum Greg still?
I think Gods and Gurg were pretty high up there, and then I would say one of the quiet people.
What about the fact that he voted on Ellie?
I think that just adds more suspicion because I'm inclined to believe that Ellie's not Mafia.
I mean, I formaled her. Of course, I voted for her.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that she's not, but she had a lot of pressure. I think for Gurg, it's like, oh, this is somebody we can just get out for free.
Cap,
No,
Cap,
time
are
was
you still on the
literally
Ellie
running
train? Or do you still think Ellie's Mafia?
Yeah, I still think she's scum.
Okay.
In response to
mostly
Blitz's accusation.
So I will somewhat piggyback on what Blitz was saying because I was also very suspicious of Greg. I wanted to point this out earlier. Except for slightly different reasons. For me, it was like when he first poked at LD, it felt like it was the same way when we played Mafia together and Greg poked at Charlie. Except for that, when he poked at LD, it didn't latch anything. So he didn't really get drawn into the he got drawn into the conversation when he poked at Charlie because it became this whole back and forth, right? But when he poked at LD, he was able to just sink back, right? So it was the same sort of Mafia play, but it just had different results.
Yeah.
That was
Alright,
the
well,
only little
I
thing,
can
but then the
talk-
fact that he
alright.
voted for Ellie, maybe he was just backing up his formal just to keep it consistent. But for me, that actually tipped him down, and I'm actually leaning towards Florida.
Well, can I respond first?
Yeah,
Sure.
Anyway, so my pressure for LD was really like very beginning of day one, like light pressure. Just wanted to see if he was gonna like laugh, if he was gonna smile, because I obviously know him pretty well. And I think in response to what Will said, I think the things that I actually chose to pursue were pretty productive. I asked like a bunch of follow-up questions to Trobra. I think he felt pretty that really all I was trying to do yesterday was first that, and then after Cap was talking about Ellie and the fact that she cleared Bonnie, I thought she was extremely suspicious. So when it came down to it and we were about to run out of time, I thought she was the best kill by far. So I was happy to formal her, and I voted for the same reason.
Okay.
The odd thing is, like I wanted to kill. I would have been okay with either because they were on such opposite sides. But I didn't like the way that he played, but I didn't really like her argument for being town. I thought it looked.
The two
it just
times that
sounded
I stared her
clumsy.
down, she giggled. She couldn't really
Yeah,
do
it just-
anything.
it felt
I even
clumsy.
straight up asked her, "Should I vote for you?"
Can I
She
just
wasn't
say
able
that
to
I
respond.
think can we come back to that? Can we come back to that later in the day? Because
Yeah,
that's
sure.
obviously on the table, and if we
Okay.
start going off on it, I actually want to hear from Bonnie what you think because about Blur. Because Cap, you mentioned you had some suspicion on Blur, and I want to see what you think about that. Well, I want to hear Bonnie's opinion.
I also
first.
want to know why Cap.
I mean, for sure.
So far, I haven't had any suspicion on Blur, because I really don't know. I'm still keeping my eye on Greg. I still think he's very high on the suspicious level, and I think that he voted, he didn't rescind his formal, and that was really weird for me because now we can't be sure if Ellie is town or not, and do we want to kill an innocent? But I think that he didn't want to rescind his formal because he was Mafia and he wanted to get rid of one town.
So you still think Greg's
And
the top
I
star?
think that if he was town, he would have listened to the logic behind her defense and then said, okay, maybe I'll rescind. But he was so
Her
adamant.
defense was not good.
He was so adamant.
She cleared you, then I asked you if you thought you should be cleared, and you basically were wishy-washy. You said, well, if she believed I was town last game, then I guess she might believe I was town this game. literally the reason that I pursued her is because she cleared you, and then when I asked you about it, you weren't like, yeah, I think I'm super town this game. So I mean, I'm literally.
Well, yeah, but like.
I don't know what I've done this game to arouse suspicion. I understand what he's saying about LD, but I think these other leads I have followed to a much deeper point than I ever do when I'm on.
To me, the reason you seem suspicious of the game is that you have not been like as emotional or as reactive.
I'm never emotional. I'm almost
10
never like
minutes,
that
okay.
on day one. It's like day 2 and day 3 I start
And as far
eating.
as what Bonnie had to say about whether or not somebody
Oh,
else.
sorry, no 5.
Also, how am I supposed to take day 1
okay.
seriously when the first 10 minutes
Alright,
was not?
so-
No, as far as,
What do you think?
no, I want to know.
I'm sorry.
But as far as whether or not somebody thinking that somebody else, who other people think is town, thinking they are town, clears them, that's entirely irrelevant. Like, if the entire group thinks somebody is town, that doesn't make that their reads all that much more valid or anything.
No, I think she cleared her as
Or
town
less
because
valid.
she's Mafia, and she picked someone that she thought she could easily say was town. Then when we asked her about it, she didn't really have a good answer about
So
it.
you think it's like a next level
I think
player,
she has
she's
no.
not clear
I think she just has
Mafia,
extra
she's
information
clear
because she's Mafia, and she was trying to
I
clear Bonnie
think
as a
that you
result.
guys understand each other logically, and you're just at an impasse in terms of opinion on how you interpret it. And
Right.
I'd like to put
Alright,
that down
fair
because I'd like to hear what other people think about Blur, because that's how this all started.
Alright.
Anyone else have anything
I
they want
think-
to say? Maybe
Cat, can you tell me
For
what
me-
you think
About
For
Blur?
me, Blur,
Sure. Maybe after Cat.
Maybe I missed something, and I'm perfectly willing to accept that, but I feel like you haven't really contributed all that much so far, and I expect you to at this point. I think my expectations have risen for you as time has gone on, and it's somewhat in process of elimination. I was going on Gert, but he said a couple of things that changed my mind about that. And then these two I'm good with, you I'm good with, you I'm good with. Swindles, what changed my mind about him was the fact that he was able to, he identified the exact swing point about Ellie's argument, about her defense, because he very clearly was like, oh yeah, I got you, I see what you're talking about by Ellie, and then all of a sudden he was like, oh no, I think she's good. So I want to know what the hell changed his mind. But he said his argument changed, her argument changed that
Can I
mind.
talk about myself first?
At least that makes sense, and Aces.
Because he just talked about me.
Yeah, sure.
I really only have like strong town reads, but I definitely think that there's a couple people I want to apply pressure to. I think there's definitely Mafia contained.
I mean, I think we
He's-
should let Blur talk.
I think Blur's up there. I just want to say I think Asa definitely should be talked to at some point because he's just sneaking through again. And
I don't like the fact you're talking about right now. I don't want to hear Blur.
Yeah, let's hear
I
from
explained
Blur.
why I went Blur.
Let's hear
It's
from
process
Blur.
elimination.
Yeah, so as far as contributions, I thought that Gods was interrupting Trover a lot. And then I went on Swindles, and I thought that I'm still 50-50 on Ellie. I have no idea. Mostly because I can't tell. I do agree with Greg that her defense was bad, but I can't tell if she was nervous and she was put on the spot, especially because you of all people accused her, and she was trying to kind of scramble. The body thing didn't make sense to me though. It kind of felt like maybe she was trying to pocket, so I can't tell with that. So still 50-50 on Ellie.
3 minutes.
On that. As far as things I've done suspicious, I can't really think about any. I've mostly been lost because I felt like most of this game you guys were talking earlier about LD in previous games, and you guys were talking about games which I wasn't in.
Sure.
So I don't really know. I kind of just want to take it in. I trust you guys' opinions a little bit more than my own. So especially since you guys have played a lot, so that's where I've been.
What about what about Kyle? What are your thoughts on Kyle now at this moment?
It's gotten a little bit better, but maybe that's only because he's been more quiet. I'm not really sure what he's done to change my opinion.
Okay.
I thought Kyle was pretty sus at first, but his defense was, I thought it was quite valid. So he went down my sus list. Greg's still up there. Blur, I don't really know you well enough.
So,
but potentially, I've got more kind of towny reads. I think Shobra's very town. I think his first defense, game 1. Blitz, I'm still not buying your vision. I'm like 50-50 on it still. I think he could be Mafia just playing me. But,
I don't think Blitz would want that kind of.
One
I like Blitz.
What about Ellie?
About who?
Ellie?
Ellie's defense, I thought
2
was the
minutes.
weakest of everyone's. Like, that's YouTube, I thought she was a bit shit.
I'd like to hear Blitz's. So if you want to hear my opinion,
Okay,
I'd
I'd like to hear yours.
Okay.
We have 2 minutes
Yeah.
left, and I don't want to end up in a
Okay,
situation
no,
like we
so
were
I'll
yesterday.
take a minute. Let's take a minute. It'll be fine. I still think Greg has been sitting back, but again, I'm not getting any strong reads either particular way, so I'm just keeping him on the back burner for now. Your reasoning for not participating as much makes sense, given that they were referencing games you weren't involved in. I've been back a little bit for similar reasons because I wasn't involved in those games either. Bonnie, I still have a hard time reading because of how quiet you are. That's neither positive nor negative. It's just fact. Ellie, like your argument like wasn't logically sound, but it seemed like a play you would make as town, in that like you were like put on a spot and a little bit nervous and a little bit anxious. Like I'm not getting
1
a
minute.
where you feel. No idea. I believe your claim. I like that you're leading things. Still no idea. Want to hear more from you.
Blitz,
Let's
what
go.
about Asa? You know him the best.
Fairly suspicious, but everything he said kind of checked out. I wouldn't clear him 100%. The people that I trust right now are, I kind of trust these two. Chobra, I would always be suspicious of. You,
These
kind
two,
of,
including Swindles, then?
yeah, Swindles.
Okay.
The people that I'm most suspicious of right now is, I think, Blur and you two. I think that's like the. It's like
Me
near
and
the
her,
top.
or
No.
And that's
The
fair.
Doc
That's
and
fair.
Ellie.
I
and
I
Blur.
actually would like to apply pressure to Chobra just because.
Yeah, I actually
Hey,
think
we don't have time
though.
We don't have time.
10,
Somebody formal.
9,
I formal Kyle.
8. There's a
Whoa,
formal
no.
Kyle. 7.
I formal
Six.
Kyle.
Wait, who you gonna formal?
I formal Chobra.
5.
What?
4.
Let's formal someone.
I formal Blur.
Three.
Blur.
I'll second that formal Blur.
Okay.
All right, there's a formal and second on Blur. You have one guaranteed after this.
Can we make our argument against
Yes.
first?
Okay.
So I think that Blur, I think that you're a much better player than you're giving yourself credit for. I think the whole like, I don't really know you guys angle, it almost never plays in my brain. I feel like that's usually kind of a weak play to make. I mean, I was upstairs with you. It seems like you read the game pretty well. I felt like that was just kind of like a cop out of like, I'm not really sure what's
I
going
love the
on.
confidence.
I haven't done anything suspicious. That about his argument really.
Yeah,
came out.
okay. I felt like
can't
the
think of
other
anything I've
whole-
done suspicious.
So the only other thing I have to add, but beyond what
Who's
Ben
thinking
they
about
said,
that
is earlier on in the day, I feel like Blur was like slightly trying. I don't know if this is my suspicion that he was slightly trying to pocket me by like kind of side agreeing with a lot of the things that I said about Bonnie and Ellie. It didn't feel like it was in a genuine way. It felt like it was in like a, yeah, you're right, we should fuck these people up, and it was like he was trying to like come over to my train of wanting to kill her or something. But then he didn't vote, so I was a little confused. But that's my only other
Yeah,
suspicion.
I mean, the fact that there was a point where I was 100% on Ellie and then I kind of went back on it, I think that means that I'm a town that's trying to think. And honestly, I feel like
I also think it could mean that you're Mafia protecting her.
maybe, I guess. But I don't know. I mostly would say that I've, through day 1 and day 2, people have had a really bad read on me, like consistently. And so I would like, if you guys actually think I'm good talent Blitz, you can keep me in the game and I will try to contribute more. But I don't have the strongest reads right now. If you get, for some reason, Swindles is getting off. I don't know why. I don't know what
He's not
doing.
getting. Trust me, he's not in the clear.
I also will notice that one thing that was good about him is that he put a formal up, and who else put? There's a lot of people who didn't get seconds, and I feel like in that situation, Mafia would second something, and those formals were really weird to me. It felt like we're all in a position.
We were kind of looking
We
at
follow
it.
each
Fine.
other, yeah.
I just want to.
Well, I also, I mean, this is another formal, so we have a guaranteed after. But I actually do think that Blur is one of our more likely targets.
You have 1 minute left in this formal.
As a
I don't
Mafia, you
know
mean?
as Mafia. I don't know if you guys agree, but
How much time do we have until you need the guaranteed formal? If
Well, the
we
minute
rescind this
left,
or
and then
We
we have to
have a
we have a
decide.
minute left, and
and
then we
Yeah,
have like
yeah,
2
yeah.
minutes.
Whether
to
we vote or
make a
not,
decision.
All right, Chobra, what do you think on Blur? You're the one that you're kept trying to get him to talk. What do you feel about his argument?
Well, I wanted to get him to talk because some other people had suspicions, and I wanted to see the reactions around those suspicions more than actually Blur's own defense. That's usually how I logic things out. I find out who's Mafia by putting relations together rather than their direct defense, because that can either be planned out, you can be really good at acting, etc. There's too many other factors that go into that. I think Blur's defense itself is a little weak. I also don't know what to think about your last, like you claiming that, well, if I'm good town, maybe you should keep me alive and find out, and then you kind of as a last ditch effort throwing out like, oh, I also don't know why Swindles is getting off. I agree with Greg. I mean, I like formaled him at the end. He tried to pressure me. Greg clearly still has Kyle on his radar, so I don't know why you thought he was necessarily getting off, but maybe it's because we haven't talked about him in a while. So I think overall it was a little weak. Am I 100% convinced? No, but do I think
Who
he's
else
a
are we
worthy
gonna
target? Like, maybe.
Who should we
All right,
lunch
after,
for?
Ellie, are you gonna
all
vote on Blur?
you- the last word goes to Blur. You are very much out of time soon, so.
Okay, I mean, I think you guys are making a big mistake. I am really in town, and I don't think that maybe I was talking enough in this game, so maybe it's on me. But I don't really think I've done anything ultra damning. I've given my reads, the ones that I have, and I've told you guys where I'd like to push the game. I think we've been sort of productive, but I'd like to see at least a little bit more discussion. If you guys give me a little bit more time, I'll do
Can I ask
better.
one more question?
But
Sure.
Why didn't you vote for
I'll
Ellie?
allow it.
I didn't vote for Ellie because I read that she felt more nervous to me than she felt Mafia. Like, I felt that she was a nervous town rather than I felt like she was a Mafia. And I just, the way this has been going with the kills, I don't see Ellie in the Mafia circle.
Alright, is your defense over?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, do you guys rescind?
No.
No.
Let's see the vote.
Alright, that's down. If you'd like to vote on Blur, please raise your hand. Alright, heads up, that's enough, Blur's dead.
Can we see who didn't vote?
Asa didn't vote.
Okay.
Asa was the other one.
Right.
Okay.
Go to sleep. Alright. Mafia, first one. Second one. Head down. Cop. Who would you like to check? Head down. Medic. Point at who you would like to save. Medic, head down. Vigilante, if you would like to use your shot tonight, please raise your head and point. Okay, Vigilante, put your head down. City awake, Bonnie's dead.
So was it Blur or was it Gods? Because I think there's no way.
I don't
there's
think it was-
almost no way that that's a double step.
I'm pretty sure I got Gods right, and I'm pretty sure we got Blur wrong.
Just by
Yeah.
based on how voting went.
I'm not
Do you,
100% certain.
why didn't you vote for Blur?
I just didn't think I didn't think we had enough to go on him. I didn't see anything that wrong.
All right, I think Ace is Mafia.
Yeah, can I interject?
I also think Blur was Mafia.
I would have rather killed Asa over Blur, but I was really concerned that if that vote doesn't pass, then it's going to get to like me or Choba. And I know I'm town, I'm pretty sure we're town. And I don't want the lynch to be between us if we could still have two.
And so that's why you're.
He's number 2, he was number 1. Like even yesterday.
Why am I number 1?
You're just not contributing, and I have no idea why you wouldn't vote, because I also think Blur is Mafia, and I just don't.
I'm just curious as to why you're seeing this right now. Like,
'Cause
why does
I tried.
What is the point of revealing
I ran
your
out of
reason
time.
for voting on Blur when we're asking why Asa didn't vote on Blur and the vote passed and he was the only one that didn't vote? Why does it matter why you
I
voted?
felt-
Literally all of
I'm
us.
saying-
Should we all be coming out and saying why we voted on
I'm
Blur?
saying I felt this way. I'm saying I felt this way before the vote, and
Okay.
then after the vote.
Okay.
I don't think me not
I
voting
think that
is
makes it even more
just
suspicious.
Hey,
Oh, because you are.
Hey, everybody move to this side. I think the audio is better on this side.
Oh, sure.
Hey guys. Wow,
Okay.
this is actually
Is
gonna
this
fuck
good
with
enough or
that.
should I sit over there?
That's good enough.
This is gonna fuck with
So why don't we?
Okay, look, I didn't vote for Blur. We had another guarantee. I didn't. He wasn't on my sus
Easy,
list
easy,
at all.
easy. That's really loud. Remove that shit.
I thought Gerg still. Swindle's more so now.
Do you guys still? Do other people
Ellie?
still think that I'm suspicious?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Really?
you're like different.
I feel like this is like one.
I don't think
that's
you're
'cause I've
scummy.
been Mafia so much lately. I feel like this is one of the most
Do we
just like straightforward.
Just to get this out of the way to save hassle and stuff like that. There's been so many rounds and we've lost like 7 people. Is there a cop?
If
Is
you
there-
have
Yeah, at this point,
confirmed
you
Mafia,
have so
It
many.
doesn't.
Or
At
you have
this
two
point,
confirmed taps.
honestly, cop probably comes out anyway. I assume our cop is dead.
I
Honestly.
assume our cop is dead
Yeah.
just by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
It's
beginning
still
of
Ellie.
talking about right now?
Huh?
What's the beginning?
It's still Ellie.
I don't know.
I actually
so
still
many
think it's
people.
her too.
I mean, my suspicion on Ellie has not died
It's not
down.
gone.
I think we have 2 Mafia. I think if cop comes out, you can trust me as Vidge or.
I mean, I don't
always-
think but
I
cops.
think
not.
cop's dead. I don't really. Anyone who comes out at this point for
I'm
anything.
top, Ace is down.
Okay, who did you check?
So then-
I wanna
okay,
hear
so
that.
how is
Okay,
Ace a town?
first round I checked Ken because I can get a good read on Ken usually.
Okay.
Then I checked LD. Both Ken and LD were dead, which confirms that it was town. Ace
With
has a thumbs up.
but
which also confirms it was
the
town.
same alignment?
Yes, they were same alignment.
No,
Asa
that's
is
why
also
she's
same
saying
alignment,
she's
but
only naming him.
All
Okay.
3 of them are town. Therefore,
Okay.
Asa is the only one.
I actually
I'm
was
willing
really-
to buy this because it's so logically sound.
And more than anything, I was wondering why she was silent. And usually when you're silent,
Yeah.
you're either two things:
Yeah.
you're either the powerful or you're Mafia.
Yeah, because I
and
wanted to start pressuring her this way
Yeah.
because we haven't had a chance.
I was gonna
That's
do this.
why.
I was literally gonna do the same. That's why I did the whole like, if you're caught, I buy this claim. I'm just totally down to Lucy. Good job if you did it.
I think
This is.
I mean,
this is my
we
script right now.
either screw it all up royally or not, but
So,
it's fine. I think it's
when we
super
have
logical.
3 confirmed towns, which is 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
which means that we have a like.
Sure,
circle of
it just so happens.
Who do you
Yeah.
think? So far, who do you think is suspicious?
I'm suspicious of Gerg. I think that occasionally Greg and Swindles have like not necessarily been aligned on the same individual,
Fucking
but have
ass.
led discussions in a particular way that results in us not focusing on them. I'm not sure about these 3.
I think Kyle and Ellie are like in top 3 in
Yeah.
whatever order
I think
of
so too.
suspicion.
No
I
matter
think
what-
those 2 are 100% still in suspicion, just because like we put the suspicion on them and then it just so happened to pass by, and it just like either at that point you either like start acting more to prove yourself or you have to change at that point because otherwise like. The smart people haven't killed their suspicion yet. It's still riding. It's just subdued because of other activities.
All right, Ellie, who do you think? I want to hear
Okay,
strong reads. So,
so-
you trust this cop claim?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think it's a very strong coupling, yeah, whatever. And I'm still with Kyle, because I was going to ask Kyle a question, but the attention was not onto him. It was kind of diverted.
I heard in the middle of the night, by the way, I heard somebody like, after, the Mafia thing, I heard like, hands down, like hands pat in that area, and I thought it was going to be Kyle or Asa.
This guy also coughed, which could have been a cover-up.
He did. I did hear him cough.
I heard
Yeah,
the cough. I think we all heard. It was
Did you-
pretty loud.
I don't think that's a fair.
Did you pat your?
No,
I
I coughed and took a drink and like put my hands down.
That seems valid. I've had a cough. I am wondering if Medic is still alive, there's a possibility that there was a save last night. There's still two kill power. I think that's unlikely, however.
Yeah, I think
which
that's.
means
I mean,
that
if there are 3 Mafia still, then this
We're
is
fine.
literally
Yes, which means that there are in all likelihood 2 Mafia, 1 kill power. We have 3 town, and I'm probably getting that thing.
All right, Chopes, I'm somewhat trusting you here. I'm also kind of suspicious of.
Are you
Austin.
really trusting him, dude? I feel like he has not been. I don't know, man.
I mean, this is these are my homies right now. You guys are one by one getting led into the club.
What's
Can I chime
making
in?
you so hesitant about me?
I don't know, man. I honestly think it's because I'm expecting you to like have a revelation that makes this game much easier for us
Sure.
to have it.
Okay.
That might be unfair, but that is generally
Right.
the
Okay.
reason.
I just wanted to.
I'm not kidding.
I agree. Ellie's been super shady. I've always been kind of suspicious of her.
I'm glad.
Did not want to kill her, however. I'd consider it now.
You have 5 minutes.
I'm really sketchy about Cap. I don't know how to feel about you because I feel like you can play pretty town, which you've conned me before. But all you've really contributed is that Ellie's Mafia, and that's been a really easy thing to kind of.
Except for the fact that I also was the first one to point out Blur, and I talked about my suspicions of Greg. So that's definitely not true. I knew absolutely that you would bounce back to me because I think it's 100% Ellie, and I think it's you as well. The reason I'll back up my Ellie claim even more. During that last round, she was like, I always got your back, homie. Yeah, okay. I
Alright.
believe that for a second. Listen, you know I always have your back too, homie. But you also know that I would never try in a Mafia game like this to claim revenge for you being able to out me as Mafia.
So-
I take Mafia too seriously to do something like that.
Okay, so I think that you're just kind of set on me and you're kind of playing against the rules. Because I don't think it's fair just to, talk to me and then tell everybody, oh, see, I talked to her. Nobody else heard our conversation, but here it is.
When I talked to you that, I was like,
And
you were like,
constantly
oh,
asking me, are you Mafia? Are you Mafia? Do you want to
So
me
Kyle's
to
your
go
only
here?"
hard read right now. That's the only person that you find suspicious right now, Kyle.
Oh, and Greg.
Okay, so you think Kyle and Greg.
Yeah.
Who do you trust?
I trust you because I think your plan was right. Obviously, Lorca
Damn, I shouldn't have killed gods. I
Lisa.
regret that.
I actually think it's Blur, Ellie, and Swindles.
I think it's Swindles. I think he always said he can get a good read on me, and he thought I was Mafia, and I've been playing the same town I always have. I
Yeah.
think he's
I'm
just trying to
actually-
get
I
an
think-
easy kill.
I think Swindles
I think
is getting off
Swindles
like
is a
way
safe
too
kill. Yeah.
easy
I think
He's
after
number
his
two.
start.
I
Like,
think Swindles
He's
is
number 3.
I'm totally fine with us letting him go day 1 because it was such a clown. But like
I
after
still
that,
think he's super Mafia.
no, I know, but
for
like
sure.
I honestly think if we're that sure, like given the circumstances, eliminating that to make our process of elimination easier is the right thing to do. Like I think because if we let it ride now, it's gonna get real confusing if we don't do it.
All right, let's light him up.
I think we light up Swindles.
See you later, buddy.
You're not a part of
Let's
this
light him
club,
up.
Sorry.
Accusation.
I think that you've been shady. The only person I'm trying to just like out of the top of my head remember all the links. So you've called out Ellie. Ellie's called out you and Bird. I think for the most part, do you find Swindle suspicious?
Yeah. I don't think you should listen to my grade is more valid than anybody else's stuff.
But
But the thing is, your opinion is technically unbiased because you're cop.
Yeah, so we're three.
So
I think
he's
the
asking
three
your
count.
opinion.
We all think
It's not necessarily your
He's
read, it's
asking
your
your
opinion.
unbiased
Yeah.
opinion.
My unbiased opinion then is yes, I think that Swindles has been playing similar to how he did last game with the Cloudiness and a little bit of this. So
okay, I'm
I'm
sold.
in. Formal
Good luck
Swindles.
convincing us. Goodbye, Swindles.
Yeah.
Is there a formal
Swindles?
I'm down to be wrong. YOLO.
I'm happy to do all the formals this game if this is what it takes.
I'll second that.
There's a formal in a second.
I can be the
I
executioner.
assume
I would like to
you've
just
already given your accusation.
I'd like to make a
Yes.
comment that there are 3 confirmed town and that 2 unconfirmed town just formaled me. I don't like that.
I mean,
I am town.
Well, it seems pretty
I
on
trust
board,
you
so
guys.
she-
I think we're close to winning the game, but I think that there are 2 Mafia out of these 4 people.
We'll just run down the line. Don't worry.
I don't know.
You're
if
not
we have the
wrong.
numbers
Mafia
to
and
do
Town
that.
are both close to winning the game right now. Number game.
Statistically, both sides are close to winning.
I haven't played, I guess, as aggressively as you might have expected me to because of my 1.
So if it ain't you,
I don't know.
all right, he's
I'm
Mafia.
suspicious.
Anyone who says I don't know when they're about to get
I'm about to
lynched,
speak. I'm suspicious of Ellie just because she's throwing shade at me, but I don't know. She's probably the next kill. I think you should kill her before me, but that's just goes without saying. I think that you 2 could easily be in cahoots together. Same with like Chove and Cap. This feels like a game where Mafia has been kind of just leading
I
the
also
action of the game.
feel like given the way I play, if you start accusing me and you back off, that's real fishy. Because like once I start
We
going
need to
in,
vote.
I
No,
know.
no,
And then
we
you're like,
need to
oh, but I don't
vote.
want one of us to be lynched by accident after like. And then now you're putting me back under the bus. Like that's super weird. Because once I choose a side, I just ride with it, and I go all the way to the end, and I don't change my personality.
And I
and
thought
you're
it was
like
your number
kind of
one
wishy-washy.
dude, he's like flapjack right now.
All right, I thought you were. I was number one spot.
In order, Swindles or Austin, or my missus.
Yes, I was going down the same line.
Alright, good.
All right, Coolios.
Is your defense over?
I die.
I mean, that's later. That's later.
There wasn't Ellie.
No, hold on. That's later. That's later.
Is
All
your
right,
defense over?
I'm not
This is
rescinding.
Swindles' final say.
I think you guys are going to play really hard. Good luck, Town.
If you're Town, my bad. Everyone can flame me on
My bad.
My B. This is just so fun. Let's
All
go.
right, so you are pushing to a vote. Hands up if you would like to kill Kyle. All right, see ya, dude.
Everyone voted?
I believe everybody voted.
It's lit. All right, do we
All
go
right.
to sleep?
Go to sleep.
Nice.
Mafia, who you want? Alright, Mafia, point in your number 2. Alright, thank you. You can go back to sleep. Cop. Thank you. Medic. Thank you. Vigi, if you'd like to shoot, please point. Thank you. City awake. Orja is dead.
That's surprising.
Okay, so we believe in obviously 100%.
Right.
Our claim that means
Asa and you.
Asa and I. Okay.
Can I
I
just say?
also
can
still
I-
want to say that she didn't clear him, right?
No, but she trusted me.
No, yeah. So okay, he's not 100%.
Yeah, he's
sure.
not like super.
Sure, Asa's like technically more
Asa-
clear
Asa
than you,
is definitely
statistically
clear.
speaking. Sure.
In my brain, I'm ready.
Right.
Obviously.
I mean, yeah, but you bring up a good point.
Yeah, I just
we
want
should
to
have
remind everyone
missed over
that,
anything.
that he could not be the vigil. I just want to.
Likelihood, just based on likelihood.
I easily think any of them could kill.
I just want to
Echo
say
Gods.
the only person that Kyle didn't mention as a suspected person as he was dying was Ellie. He put me and Greg like hard under the bus, and then he was like, "Oh, maybe I should add some like, oh, maybe Cho and Capper like." Cap and I have not been interacting at all this game on any of our agreements. And he's like, oh, I think they might be in a team too to like try to game us.
Hey,
I'm like so confident in
100%
Ellie.
on Ellie. Let's go. Next round, Mon up, please. Thank you.
I mean, do you guys have any disagreements with
No, I'm formally.
I'm seconding that.
All right, there's a formal and second.
Good luck.
Ellie, please give your accusation if you would like.
I mean, I think that isn't that a good enough accusation to
Yeah,
begin
yeah.
with? Yeah.
All right, please give your defense.
So one of the last things that Kyle said was that you should check me because I'm Mafia. So he's been throwing shade at me the whole game.
Yeah, but he knows that the cop's gonna die.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
I don't think that's a good.
Yeah.
But you guys said that he threw shade on you guys, but he actually mentioned me. Like he was.
Oh, in the beginning of the game, sure.
No, like when he was accused and he was making his defense.
Not until you were like an add-on.
I know what that is.
You were not like
that
his
is the
shopping
Mafia
list.
play to distance yourself from someone
no,
else,
right.
Without actually.
Well,
getting
I mean, it's
way
the
he
same
did
way
it-
that you accused Kyle at the beginning of the game, where you were like, "Oh, if I had to choose, like maybe Kyle," but like you weren't like, "Oh, I think Kyle should be lynched."
No.
Like you guys were like always kind of, being like, "Oh yeah, you're like 50% suspected," but then neither of you guys were willing to either accuse or clear each other.
No, I actually said it's Kyle. I actually said every round.
Hold on.
it's
Before
Kyle.
we actually do this, do you think it could be Chobra and Blitz?
I am willing to live in that world and lose if possible. If
Okay,
that's possible,
that's fair enough.
I'm willing to live.
That's
in that
actually
world
fair
and lose.
enough.
You know, because it's like it's a low percentage.
I mean,
play.
it's fair enough.
That's everything.
That's
that's
actually
true, it's
sort of
fate, dude.
that's
Like-
actually sort of how I feel
I-
about it.
the-
It's like
the
if
one
it is
moment-
them.
The one moment I had with
Thoughts?
Chobra was Chobra feeling the exact same way about Blitz that I did. I was like, please, somebody,
Right, like-
somebody call Vigi and counter his claim, because I'm so overwhelmingly in favor of everything that he said. Everything he said made sense to me. It was really good logic that
Me too.
I was like, everything he said, I was like, that's what I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. And they also had the low percentage of calling Vigi and having no one counterplay.
So if you were so
It's
adamant
like-
that it was Kyle, why didn't you pursue it further except for voting at the very end? Like I was going in on him, and you just sat by and watched.
No, I said it's Kyle every round.
No, every time you were accused, sure, but like if you were so sure of
I
it,
was
shouldn't have you
accused
supported me?
every
Like,
round.
what if I got killed by accident in reverse because he was so mad at me? Like if
I
he
mean,
was.
I wouldn't have supported that.
Who do you think it is out of people we have left?
I don't think it's Shobro.
Okay.
I think it could be any of you three.
Me, Ellie, and Cal.
Am I descending
Do you
order?
think
It
that
goes-
he's clear?
Blitz, I want him to be clear so bad.
That's
Dude,
And if you betray me,
on our
I'm-
friendship,
I'm
you can stop talking to me.
Whatever. Okay, that's
Alright, he's
so long
Mafia.
ago.
Fucking swing this motherfucker.
In my order, in my opinion, you're the only town. This is
Right,
This
only
is this kind of
100% if we have food
This
believe.
is this kind of conversation right now. Fuck these guys. In my order, it goes her, then Cap, then Gerd, then Chobra. And Chobra might move up the list if he
Let's
doesn't
fucking
get
kill her.
Yeah, let's go.
What a
Hey, we
statement.
would like to vote on this. Thank you.
Is your
Last.
defense? Do you
Yeah,
have
it's
any?
done.
All right, you have nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say.
All right, we are pushing to a vote.
I'm so sorry.
Well, all right, you're dead. Town wins.
Yes!
Who was the Mafia?
It was Ellie, Swindles, and.
Oh my god! Shit! Dude, oh, great!
And I checked you next there.
Did each other.
Do you remember I said I saw this blur
Dude, I was 100% sure he was town.
I was so sure
At the
he
end,
was
he's like, we're still good.
I don't wanna
You know,
be
right
Mafia,
before the night started, I was like,
Oh,
Greg's
yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Chobra, everything you do is clear. I believe Lucas said.
God.
You guys were, oh
You
shit.
say that as like helped a lot.
I might not have believed my.
I'm having a hard time with those two. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing?
So in all honesty, I don't know. I think his initial, I would tell you that I don't, or everyone's initial, I probably wouldn't have believed, not as what we expected.
About you
Wasn't tell, but after that, like your defense, you also.
I mean,
And to be honest, like I can tell you are not very clear about the other two. Sorry. It's alright. It happens. It happens. I'm back. Don't worry about it.
In all honesty, so that's why I said I look for relations, because I was like really confident about Kyle and therefore Ellie too.
Yeah.
But then you said nothing, like not much about them once you were accused, and they also didn't say much about you either. So I was like, I mean, in my triangle, gotta be it. But I'll be honest,
I was going to
out of all my votes, you were the least sure one for me at least.
I just felt like I didn't.
This is probably look. Oh. Who the fuck is the medic? I am 3 out of 5, 9-0 killed. Wow. What the fuck, right? You ready to look?
No.
What do you not want to look?
No, I was just thinking for a second.
Okay. Who do you think it is? You have to want to.
I was just wondering. I'm curious. I died
Oh,
9-0.
I'm
I played
ready.
3 games. I died twice 9-0, and I died once day 9-1.
So you're 2 out of how many?
I played 1 day out of 3 games.
1 day out of 3 games. Okay. So you're pretty close to me. Is this?
At least.
Wow.
Wow.
He's dumbass.
Who would he say? I have no idea. He might say Swindles.
I mean, there's a lot of good players in the game.
He might have said Swindles. Oh, Chobra. He probably said Chobra. Chobra's a pretty good save. Yeah, Chobra's good. I'm
Yeah,
down
but
with
that's
that.
the thing. He's like, he's too good. He's the obvious one. So you save like right below that.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
Like I'm not as good as Chobra, but whoever's on the edge of being like always 9-0 killed to not be 9-0 killed, they're the ones that die the most. That's the ones you pick. And that's where I am right now. That's why I never get to play Dota.
DG Purge.
Okay, you too.
At least we can play Dota.
Yep.
High 5 9-0, brother. Maybe this is really hater team.
What is this?
Fuck fish.
Oh, holy fuck.
What the fuck was Chomper doing out there? Chomper was fucking useless. Blitz was fucking useless.
I knew it was fucking.
Who did you show me? Blitz? It was it.
Of course.
It is.
Wait, you got the Gigi?
It's Ellie Swindles. Oh god.
I knew it was
Dude.
Kyle.
Oh.
Fucking.
Okay,
Blitz.
I pinned this on Chover. That was a terrible day 1 from Chover. He just sits there and he's like, that's not even Chover's town play. He should have just said like, I'm trying to change it up. I would have believed him more.
We had both Mafia, Ellie and Swindles.
I was so convinced on Blitz and
I was
Chover.
so sure on Swindles, and then it got to Ellie, and I was less sure on Ellie. I didn't think Ellie because Greg was super scummy, so I was like,
We lost.
Hey Blitz, if you're out there, saying that it's probably an LD kill because those are good Mafia kills when there's like 10 good players in the game, bad logic. Also, Chobra, where the fuck were you?
It was such a good day 1 though. Like we had Ellie, we caught Swindles. Like from 2 minutes in, we had Swindles.
Yeah.
And then we had Ellie at the end of the day.
Well, Ellie was correct, so we should have voted on her.
I have not played with
We were
Swindles.
pressuring Ellie, and she seemed so nervous. I was so ready to like kill her off. She was so fucking nervous.
I should have voted on her.
I didn't vote either. The only reason I didn't vote is because Greg was next to me and he seemed like, I just felt like he was pocketing me and he was the one who fumbled her, so I'm like, I backed out.
Honestly, I just felt like it was like Kat was Mafia, or Leany Mafia, and he's like, I gotta get Ellie out of the game. She's really good at reading me. I just want to get rid of her.
I changed mine then because Greg was like, let's go for Ellie instead of Swindles. So I was like, okay, it's Swindles and Greg, and then +1.
Why did they kill me?
Dude, we lost.
My reads were all wrong after day 1. Fuck my life, dude. When my reads are right, they kill me. When my reads are wrong, they kill me. I just can't win.
So I'm not really sure why they were so strong on me. I don't think I really did anything super suspicious, but I think that maybe it was different than my town plays where I was a little bit more aggressive. So I think that in my first Mafia game, I just kind of, because I was town the rest of the times, I need to be a little bit more aggressive as Mafia. So bit of a learning experience. We might still win. They still have a lot of suspicion on Ellie and Swindles, but Swindles is somehow a little bit better off now. So we'll see. Probably should have killed Chopra. Freaking snake. Hate that guy.
What is this? Oh shit. It was Ellie and Swindles and Blur. Alright. So I think I made a pretty good call. Killing Blur. Damn it, fucking Swindles. Ellie too, yeah. I don't know why Greg was acting so suspicious. I don't know. I was watching him all this while, and he was like freaking twitching like crazy. And I don't know. I think I read too much into that. My bad. I should have watched Ellie a bit more. We still have a chance though, because Ellie and Swindles, they're definitely very shady.
God damn it, I knew we should have killed Lurka. Made a mistake. The Swindles Blur Dream Team is just not meant to be. I think we lost. Good.
Alright, I am super duper bummed that I didn't manage to actually catch any Mafia, but I managed to rule people out, which means that it's either Greg, Chopra, Ellie, one of those three. Or Blitz with a really good fake Vigi claim. My money's on Chopra being one of them. Hope I'm right. Nope, I was not right. But goddamn, are we close? I'll take it.